right, so I'll go ahead and call tonight's meeting to order. It is December 4th, 2019, 7 o'clock, and we will all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, so on to first item of the agenda here is to approve tonight's agenda. Everybody had a chance to take a look it over? Any comments, changes? Do know that on the line item 10, Boards and Commissions report, Darren won't be in attendance tonight to do a verbal, but he did email his report that you guys can read through. So we'll skip over that one. So that will be one change. Anything else? All right. Then I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve tonight's agenda, striking out line item 10.
I'll second.
Troy with a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries. On to tonight's consent agenda. Any questions, comments?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Dan with the motion to approve.
Second.
Pat with the second. Any further discussion? All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, on to opening the public hearing for the final budget and tax levy. So, since we don't have anybody in attendance for that, we'll just go ahead and go into resolution 2019-36. Do I gotta close the meeting? Okay, yeah, all right.
To
Then,
ask 3 times if there's any comment.
oh, that's right, I forget. It's not like we do this a whole lot.
That's all we have, Cindy, here.
And that's why we got Cindy here, yep.
Keep us on the straight and narrow.
Yep, everything on the straight and narrow. All right, so, all right, then I'll go ahead and ask for any comments about the final budget and levy. So would that be considered twice?
Sure.
All right, and then I'll go ahead and ask third time. Anybody in attendance tonight have any questions about the final budget and tax levy? Hearing none, go ahead and move to the resolution 2019-37, approving of the final tax levy. And I don't actually have that in front of me. What's that?
Close it.
Oh, I gotta close, okay, all right, I'll go ahead and close tonight's public hearing, go back to the regular meeting, and then we'll move on to resolution 2019-36. Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Cindy.
Oh, that was Cindy.
Okay, it's 37, by the way.
Gosh, I'm trying to move too quick here.
Want the paper copy?
Oh, I just got it held up. Thanks, though. All right, so yes, looks like it's going to be our general fund levy of $496,000. The 2013 B Go Improvement Bond will be $60,000. The 2018-A Go Improvement Bond will be $9,000 for a total levy to be certified of $565,000. Any further discussion? All right.
I make a motion to accept the final levy.
All right, I have a motion to accept resolution 2019-37.
Second.
Dan with the second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And on to adoption of the 2020 budget. Okay. Everybody had a chance to review the final numbers?
Yep.
Any further discussion?
Nope.
All right.
Motion to adopt the 2020 budget.
All right, I have Pat with the motion to adopt the budget.
I'll second.
Troy with the second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. 2020 budget is adopted. All right, and then on to, I have a special guest tonight. Meeker County Cooperative is here with their Vibrant Broadband Services Group. They were here last Wednesday and did a small presentation. I had asked them to come tonight and do another little small presentation for the city. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lynn, and I'm here tonight on behalf of Vibrant Broadband, powered by Meeker Cooperative. Quick thank you to Mayor Bankston and City Council and the thousands of you watching for this opportunity to share with you internet news in the Eden Valley area. Quickly, I'll introduce part of my team that's here, part of the Vibrant team. Kathy's going to be speaking as well in a few minutes. Our managers, Steve Cosbab, Mary Pesci, who's on the implementation team, and Kurt Fulte and Kathy Fulte. So quickly, back to 2016, Meeker Cooperative conducted a member survey asking the people in the rural areas, members and primarily their members, if they felt there was value and a need for internet service, reliable, high-speed internet service, and overwhelmingly the response was yes. So quickly fast forward to July of this year, and Meeker Cooperative launched Vibrant Broadband. So it's kind of nice for the Eden Valley community and the surrounding areas to have one more option for high-speed internet service. And our mission at Meeker Cooperative is simple, and it's a very powerful mission, and it is to serve the underserved and totally unserved members and non-members in the rural area with high-speed internet. We feel the importance and the value of high-speed internet is very, in today's world, if you don't have it, you really can be left behind, both economically and educationally. It's a very real gap between sometimes the metro areas and the rural areas. We're very happy to be a part of the evolution that affects your students, your teachers, your at-home businesses, small businesses, local industry, by providing a technology that will help everyone thrive and succeed in an ever-competitive world, as well as enjoy home streaming and entertainment. So I'll turn it over to Kathy. She'll give you another little snippet of what we're all about. And once again, we thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
You had to be 5'1" to speak today. Meeker Cooperative is a local nonprofit company. It's owned by the members of what a true cooperative is. Its members are your neighbors. In fact, it started 84 years ago as an electric company and serving our little corner of Minnesota electricity that nobody else would serve. So that's where we got our start. In fact, September we had our ribbon cutting, and Governor Walz attended, celebrating Vibrant Broadband, the internet phase of Meeker, and he quoted, the governor, not the governor, Tim Mergen, the CEO of Meeker, gave a little story about how President Roosevelt, back in 1938, greeted a new electric co-op and said that, I will read this because I'm obviously not doing a very good job. Electricity is a modern necessity of life and ought to be found in every village, every home, and every farm in every part of the United States. Now, Tim then said, fast forward 81 years, and we can interject broadband internet as the next very necessary utility, and it should be in every home, every village, and every farm in the U.S. Our system is a bit unique, Vibrant system, in that we offer a hybrid system. It is will service in two different ways. One is a wireless way. We've got 49 towers throughout the county, and we can feed farms and homes outside of the towns. The towns are going to be serviced with wire fiber to the home, and that entails quite a backbone of cable, so most of the time, the towns will be fiber to the home, and the farms will have the wireless. The Sorry, I don't do this for a living.
You're doing fine.
Fine.
Well, I'm speaking from the heart. We are very proud of the fact that our billing is clean. We have no hidden fees, no taxes, thank you, Kurt, no surcharges, and we also are very proud of the fact we have a very good 24-hour customer service. You are never alone when you have our product. I think unless I forgot anything, team? Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it, and hopefully we can make your day vibrant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job, good job. Okay, all right, so we'll go ahead and move on to our, by the way, thanks for the presentation. Really appreciate you guys coming in
Thank you.
tonight. Really glad you guys are really taking the initiative of adding that second option in the area. Competition's always good.
Thank you.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next thing we have on here. Interview hiring committee.
All right, that's me.
That'd be you, Troy.
I'm excited. Well, as you know, we had to find a replacement for Jim, which is no easy task by any means. We did have 4 applicants applied. We did interview 2, and we decided to go with Zach Blonigan. And he's very familiar with our process. He does similar stuff. So with that said, I'd like to make a motion to hire Zach Blonigan for our next Public Works Director.
I'll second that.
All right. Any further discussion? Okay, all right. Then, then we'll go.
Start date January
Start
6th. Sorry.
Okay, oh, yeah. So January 6th he starts. All right, all right. I don't have anything. Do you have anything, Dan? Jan, anything?
No,
Dan? Okay.
thanks for doing it.
All right, so we got the motion to approve by Troy, got the second by Pat. Any further discussion? All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. One step closer to
Thank you.
Jim
Retirement.
take,
Thank you for
Jim's
the
retirement.
committee. They did a great job on
Good.
it. And Cindy, you're on for that committee.
Lazy.
Here comes Kent.
All right. All right, so on to contracts. So first up we have on here is for the engineering position. So I will go ahead and give ourselves a couple minutes for any final thoughts.
Oh, I got lots.
Well, I'm giving us limited time here, Troy.
Oh, no. No, I actually, no. I sat down and read every RFP that was brought out there. I looked at, we had 3 total. And I looked through them and was impressed with everything that they've done. I guess for me personally, I kind of looked at what's the best fit for Eden Valley, for what we're doing. And in a nutshell, I looked at pricing, where do we get the best value? And with that said, everything I looked at, everything we got going on, I think Kent's a valuable asset to us. And I'm pleased with Bolton Mink, what they've been doing. And with the transition of getting a new Public Works Director, I kind of feel it's important that we also stay with somebody that knows us and can help with that transition and has an understanding of what we're doing. So with that said, my vote's with Bolton Mink.
Okay, all right. Jan?
I don't know much about streets and all that stuff, so I agree with Troy.
Okay.
I don't have any problem with sticking with Bolton Mink.
Dan?
I think Bolton Mink has done a very good job for us in the past. We've maybe had a few times that we had to question a few things, but I think as we work through it, Mel has been easy to work with, and I think, like Troy is saying, in this transition period with Jim leaving and a new person coming in, having an experienced person on board as an engineer will definitely help that transition. So I definitely go with Bolton Mink.
Okay. And then, as for myself, I take a look, I look through them all. Some of that stuff went way over my head, because I'm not an engineer, and, never had to dive into different numbers and that stuff. But, one thing that I do have to give Bolton Mink a lot of credit for is that anytime that I've had a question, Kent, you or somebody from your office, they always return my calls, always return my emails. And for me, it is a value add, that and a good relationship. I didn't think about what you brought up about, hey, we got a new public works director, trying to bring on a new engineering company at the same time would slow the I guess looking at it would slow the transition. So yeah, mine, I'm in that same boat too, that I'd like to see us stick with Bolton Mink. So with that being said, we do have to make it official. So I am going to put a motion out. Actually, I will start the motion to approve, or how would we do that? Approve, because it's not really a contract. Accept the RFP. All right. So I'll make a motion to approve or to accept the RFP from Bolton Mink for continuing their engineering services for the city of Eden Valley.
I'll second.
Troy with second. Further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
I thought you were going to say goodbye.
All right. Now on to the attorney. You are welcome. Thank you.
Deep breath, Kent.
We had you sweating there for a little bit, didn't we? All right. So on to the attorney. Who would like to kick that off? If not, I will.
Go ahead.
All right. So I did take a look at both of them again. Not being an aficionado in law, some of that stuff I did get, some of that stuff I went over my head. Again, the one thing I do like that with there's a couple of things I like with Ranky Noonan is that they're very good at returning calls, very good at answering our questions, and even standing up to us and saying you might not want to go down that road, which I think is important. Not always having somebody that would just be a yes person, just because it's billable hours. So that's to me that's important. And I would like to stick with Ranky Noonan for the next RFP period, and I look forward to your guys' thoughts on that.
Okay with that?
Yeah, they seem to be right on the ball and answering city's questions and getting, right back to us. I'm
I think on Rankin Noonan also, they know a lot about our city, about things working around here and stuff, and they've done well over the years. So I think that's a good choice again.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same camp as Dan. Is they know the city, they know the things that are currently going on. So I'm fine with stick with Rankin Noonan.
Yeah, I was trying to find a reason why we would want to move away from, and this goes back even to the engineering position, and finding a reason why we would want to move. And I wasn't really coming up with anything, especially, on both of them, and even more so on the attorney, just because of the, they got the history with us. They've always treated us very well, been very forthcoming with us. So, and then the only other RFP was a law firm out of, was it Edina, if I remember right, Edina or Eden Prairie? I think it was Eden Prairie, somewhere in the suburbs of the cities. So, That was kind of a little bit of an unknown for myself, so. All right.
I think with that said too, that Rinky Noonan is close by,
Mhm.
not that far away. If we need him out here for something, they'll be out here right away.
Hey, and you know, they give away good pens and notepads.
Under the $5 limit, right?
Right.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right, so before this goes any deeper here, I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the RFP for Rinky Noonan Law Firm.
I'll second that.
Pat with a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, then on to fee schedules.
And this is for the raising of the sewer.
Yeah.
And I know you've already done it at a workshop, but we have to
I
amend
amend
the
it
fee
here,
schedule,
yeah.
and we have to do it by resolution. so.
Yep.
And we increased by 50 cents per thousand?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. And then, any debate? All right, then I'd like to go ahead and move on to, I'll go ahead and make the motion to accept Resolution 2019-38, amending the fee schedule, changing the sewer usage fee per 1,000 gallons up to $6.45.
I'll second that.
And Dan with the second. Further discussion? All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Resolution passes. Then on to West Central Sanitation, increase in charges per agreement.
Boards and commissions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, the only thing we had on there was the rental inspections for this month, so,
He struck that though.
and I struck
Struck
that
it
out.
out.
Yep.
Okay.
Since Dan wasn't here, or
Darren.
Darren isn't here to answer any questions.
It's like going to
Okay.
church, right? Up and down.
Yeah, thanks for the exercise. Mayor, council, staff, residents of Eden Valley, Jeff Bertram, West Central Sanitation. Thanks for allowing us to be here tonight. As you know, we haul your garbage and pick up your recyclable. As Don and I came into town tonight, we both said, what a blessing. We service so many little towns, but when you come down that main street and you see those Christmas lights and you see the streets the way they are and everything, we're proud to be in communities like this, and thank you for that opportunity. You got the memo that we had sent, or the letter, on November 22nd. Meeker County Transfer Site has increased their tonnage or their tipping fee once again. And over the years, I've been with Don 22 years now, I don't remember a time that we did this in between contracts. We just really don't do this often, and we don't like to do it. However, in 2012, the tipping fee was $50 a ton. Then it went to $62 a ton, and now they've raised it, or going to raise it to $68 a ton. And so it's significant increases. Obviously, disposal costs are a big chunk of what we do. The service is part of it, but it certainly is a big part of what we do. So we broke down the numbers. We presented to you based on the formula that's in the contract, which allows us to do it if we have to, or if we ask your approval to do that, and so the numbers are broken down. One thing that I'd suggest is maybe if you're concerned with where this is kind of going, maybe talk to Meeker County. They own the transfer and the landfill site. They hire a contractor to operate it for them. Maybe if you just share with them you're a little concerned about where this might be going, and the continuation of that might help to keep it down. For the Stearns County residents, we also got an increase on that part. If you're familiar, half of what we pick up in Stearns County has to go to the incinerator in Alexandria. And those rates have gone over the last 20 years from $60 a ton to it's now going to be, I think, $84 a ton. And so those disposal costs suddenly, and it was at $60 at Pope Douglas for a long time, and even the Meeker County, but suddenly I think everybody's just kind of getting in a trend of saying, well, let's raise it or whatever. And of course, it puts the burden on us, and then it puts the burden on you by seeing what you're seeing. So we're just here to ask you, one, to thank you for the relationship, and two, in the letter, kind of showed the formula and what's happening and where the rates would go. And then, of course, three, to ask your approval to make those adjustments beginning the first of the year. If there's any questions, Don and I, oh, by the way, Don Williamson, obviously you all know, has joined me as well, so.
So the one question I do have for you is on this, the middle of your letter that you sent the city here, you've got the different breakdowns at the different rates by what gallon cart that person has.
Correct.
That 40, for like just an example, 35 gallon cart, 43 cents, that's how much the monthly increase on everybody's bill is gonna be?
Correct.
Okay. So since we're on a bi-monthly billing, that would be an 86 cents increase
Over the 2 month.
over the
billing
2 month period.
Correct.
Okay.
And
Then also the base fee.
And then
Plus the base fee,
plus
right?
base fee
The
of
20
10
cents.
cents or 20 cents for those 2 month period.
But the base fee doesn't apply to those with carts.
Oh.
The base fee rate is, you're correct, the base fee, well, the base fee is only for those that use bags, isn't it?
Correct.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you have a cart service, a normal service, the base fee doesn't come
Oh, okay.
it's already basically included.
in the cart. If you have the regular service, it's included. It's only if you have the bags.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. All right. Anybody have any questions for Jeff and Don? No?
Nope.
Thank you.
No, actually, yeah, no, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Explaining this.
yeah, absolutely.
You wanna make a motion?
Motion, yep. So, who wants to do that? I've been making a lot of motions here tonight. I've been kind of motion happy.
I make a motion that we approve the increase from West Central Sanitation.
All right, I have a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Troy with a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? All right, motion carries. Thank you. All right, on to approval of the bills. Time to make sure we can keep the lights on, keep the Christmas lights on.
I don't think I've seen a killing machine on
I
that.
didn't.
Should be one in there.
There should be one in there.
I make a motion to approve the bills.
We take
Oh, no, I
Tina's out.
can't.
Minus,
My-
You can
just-
say
Oh,
minus
yours
the
was
machine.
in there? Minus two.
Should be,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah, to make the motion minus the yellow machine. Okay.
minus two machine.
I'll second the motion.
All right, I've
I'm slow tonight, I'm sorry.
you got me all tripped up. All right, I have a motion. Second, all in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
I make a motion to pay Teal Machine.
I'll second that motion. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Abstain.
And Dan with the abstention. Okay, on to public forum. Nope, Kent's not gonna sing for us tonight, okay, all right. Then we'll move on to department
It's
reader.
turn yet. It's under Public Works.
Just think you get to look forward to more
Harassment.
more harassment from us. All right, Cindy?
I have one that you should have in front of you. It's the Brookview Fund. As all of you know, it's on the 2nd. We officially closed on Brookview. So we're no longer the owner of Brookview Apartments. And so I need an approval to close out the funds that are related to Brookview. And on the sheet you have the revenue, on the revenue side, listed as sale of capital asset. And then we'll be deducting the expenses. We also have a fund that was set aside that has $11,588.39. That was set aside as possible for roof. And then we also had in our 4M fund, which is one of our investment funds, another $22,938.99 that also was designated as a Brookview fund. That in the notes from our previous person, it just says that it was also set aside for expenses for Brookview, possibly roof. It's just money that was in investment. So what I need to do after expenses, I did talk to the auditor today, just how they want it coded, how they want to move forward in this year, because we want to close the fund out as much this year rather than carrying it into the new year is, after expenses will transfer. I put general fund for now, but if you have a specific area that you want some of the monies to go to, we can do that. Otherwise, we'll transfer it into the general fund, and then you have time to think about because you'll get a better balance of what we have after expenses, because we finalized all the electric and we don't have the final bills yet, because that would have been December 2nd.
I would be okay with that. And then, I know we weren't really maybe gonna plan on doing a workshop this month, but I think so that way for EDA in January, because I know I'd like to see some of that money from the sale of Brookview go back into economic development for Eden Valley, further development. And I think we probably all need a little bit of time to think about how we want to best use that money. Whether it's paying off debt, or paying down debt, using it for economic development, or some other miscellaneous project.
Yeah, I think we really need to discuss
Mm-hmm.
and see what our options are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I just need a motion to allow me to transfer it into the general fund for now.
Sure. So I will go ahead and make a motion for Cindy to close out Fund 330 Brookview Apartments and transfer the remaining balance into the general fund.
Fund 530.
Fund 530 into the general.
Second that.
Pat with a second. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
That's all I am.
Okay.
My life has been about that.
Now what are you gonna do? You're gonna have
I
all this
know,
free time.
Free time. It's been all about Jim and Brookview.
Those two things out.
And speaking of Jim,
Yeah, see?
Ernie was gonna sing tonight, not me. And if you got that money, you can throw it at Public Works. RV pads. Okay. The boring crews are still in town. We got two in town. TCI is on the north side of the tracks, and, can't remember the other one, is on the south side tracks. They're both Anyway, yeah, we got two crews in town with probably 6, 7 boring crews going on right now. So they're all over the place. As far as what I've been told so far, we're having update meetings today and one tomorrow. Because of snow coming and going, we're not gonna mark way ahead. So it just makes it a little bit of a pain. They wanna stick around till the first of the year, I was told. They keep boring until then and see where the frost is at.
So what are they doing? Are they putting cable on, internet cable?
They're putting the tube in for the cable to come, yes.
Okay.
It's the
For the
Meeker
vibrant.
Co-op
It's one of them.
is the ones that are doing it in town right now. So that's, yeah. Some people are getting upset about lawns and that, but they are in the right of way wherever they're going, so you can reassure them that at this time. I'm looking at also getting a bid on our 1-ton dump truck, of just having the sides refurbished, replaced. It's rusting out, and we're having a little trouble with that part of it. Going to take it out to SDE tomorrow just to get a general bid. He said they don't need a new box, they can refurbish what needs to be done. So we'll see what they throw at us for a price on that, because we'll need that shortly. Other than that, we're doing snow. And snow removal, Towns will be in town tomorrow morning to take piles out and whatever else needs to be. They're having a little trouble where they usually haul it because there's no frost. Be careful with that at this time.
do they have a backup place to put that if that frost doesn't, if they can't get it?
They're talking, taking to their yard, so kind of said tonight they might be taking it to their yard, putting them in the back. If they got room, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything at this time unless you have something for me.
Anybody got anything for Jim?
Just to reiterate on the boring guys that are coming through. They're in my backyard, literally.
Yes.
And I will say, what I do for a living, we make a mess. What these guys are doing, I think they're doing a very good job of what they can do for now. And they're not making, in my opinion, they're doing a good job. So I've been pleased. I've watched them for a few days. So I think they're doing a good job, and like Jim said, it is in the right way. And it does get restored in the spring, so don't get too excited. So, but I think they're doing a good job. Everybody I talked to was very courteous,
Very courteous, yeah.
and helpful to the residents. So I thank them for that, because that makes a big difference too.
Excellent.
So,
Okay. All right, on to Ernie.
thank you.
Thank you.
It's still hot.
Calls are way down.
Hold on.
Yeah.
November, it was actually, I think, I was gonna look back, I think it was the lowest amount of calls we had in November ever, maybe,
There's deer hunting.
so. It's kinda weird, but sometimes you pay for that, cause December sure is kicked off already, so. Usually balances itself out, always does. I'm not singing either.
You're no
I
fun.
could.
You guys?
Other than that, I don't have any.
Started that singing thing.
I did.
Also.
All right. Anything else, Ernie, or
No, I
just a
don't.
report? Okay. Anything for Ernie?
Yeah, have you heard anything about the new squad car?
Nothing, I haven't seen nothing set out on a build date yet. Chevy was on strike for like 3 weeks, so it's probably gonna be delayed, I'm guessing, a little bit.
I heard when the car goes by, it has a little knock in it.
And nobody can figure out what it is, it's really weird. We actually busted our motor mount, snapped one, which is not uncommon on those. We found out that actually the motor mounts on those Chevys do break. So they replaced the motor mounts on it, and we still can't figure out what that noise is. It's really weird. Something touching something, but it's not affecting the performance, and they put it on a scan, and everything comes back fine, so I don't know. Hopefully a new one will come here in a few months and we'll be down the road. The lease price on it's really cheap though.
Yeah, right now?
I
Yeah.
think what it go, Cindy, like 80 cents or something?
9, just this last, they
Yeah.
had to raise this lease.
Like $9.90.
Cents.
Oh, that's all you pay a month?
No, it's
No,
like
I don't
138, I think.
Oh.
Something like that.
It'll go up when we know.
Oh,
yeah.
it'll go, yeah, we're braced for that.
Electric.
It won't last forever. All right. Anybody else got anything for Ernie?
Nope.
All right.
Snow removal, I didn't bring out that one pretty well. Got most of them off except for a couple. And then I got them off the next day, but other than that, I think it was pretty good. And then I got most of them off that night when it was starting to snow, and a few door-to-door stuff and not tow them. And 2 of them I couldn't get a hold of, and they were still sitting out front here, but the next day, I said either move them or they're getting towed, and they got them off, so. Other than that, the rest of the town was pretty good, I think they're okay with it.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, Ernie. All right, so I have in my possession here something for Jim. So it's time for him to,
Walking papers?
well,
You already gave us those.
you gave us those. All right, so I'd like to take this moment to present to Jim a certificate of appreciation for recognition for his 25 years of service dedicated to the city of Eden Valley. 5 of which I've been privileged to have him as my public works director, as me with the 5 years I've been mayor, and I can't stress it enough. Jim, thank you. You've been an awesome asset to the city, and yeah, it's great to have you.
Thank you.
So I have you
Take a picture.
It's filmed.
All right, so here's your certificate of appreciation for you, and then a little gift from the city to you.
Thank you very much. Say cheese, oh, say cheese. Cheese.
Look at, you got the chief.
They have matching, they have matching shirts on.
Nice.
Yeah, that's on camera.
And you have matching shirts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well played, well played.
That
That was good.
Well, if I said it was planned, would you guys believe me?
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
Says we gotta wear this tonight. Brent told Stacy, Stacy called Joanne.
Yeah, so subliminally, yeah, okay, all right.
Sure.
All right, so, then one other thing that I was gonna bring up here tonight was, back in our November meeting, there was a brief discussion about a situation over in our industrial park, of which that I'd like to take a little bit of time, just a little bit of time, just to put out a little bit of a statement on that all of us on council here, we try our best to do our best job, put our best foot forward. We have a deep appreciation, deep love for the city and the people and the businesses that live here and thrive here. But sometimes, you know, from time to time, we let our emotions get the best of us, and sometimes when we should take a little bit of a pause and make sure we have all the facts before making any what would have ended up being public statements on record. We did, you know, we made some comments, we said some things that were factually inaccurate. So on behalf of the city, I did meet with John Derricks in person, with Troy and with our zoning administrator, and we did talk things through, got the story straight, got the facts straight, realized that yeah, we were you know, in our trying to put our best foot forward on looking, you know, making sure that our ordinances and our zonings are being followed. We made some calls that we should have waited a little bit of time for. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I did put an op-ed out there a few weeks back in the Voice, outlining a little bit more detail of the situation, but just wanted to just kind of put that back out there again for the community. So, all right. So that'll be enough on that. So the next part here is upcoming meetings. So we have our next council meeting, which will actually be our first meeting of January 8th of 2020. However, in light of the sale of Brookview, we do have some homework that we need to do, and in effort to be able to close that out, we'll be scheduling a workshop for it'll be the third Wednesday of the month. So
18th,
the 18th.
which I already have on my calendar.
Okay. Yeah, I figured we did have it on there, but we thought about, since we were going to have everything pretty much wrapped up for the year, that we would cancel it. But I'm going to keep that one on the books so we can talk about what we're going to do with the money. Because that way in January, if there's any monies that we're going to allocate places, we can let those departments, let those groups know in January, and they can kick off 2020, start leveraging that right away. So that will be December 18th at 7 o'clock. All right. With that being said,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
all right, I looked at Pat, he took my cue, motion to adjourn. Second. All right. We are adjourned.